Yo, Satsuki Kiryuin here, and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Figma Ryuko Matoi and Satsuki Kiryuin. Yes, at long last, finally got Satsuki. So, full transparency in front, even though most of you already know, I have had Ryuko for quite some time. I picked her up a while ago, but I didn't want to review her because I ended up doing the double Nendoroid review, and it worked so well. I was so proud of that double Nendoroid review of Ryuko and Satsuki that I wanted to do the same thing for the Figmas here. So, I actually did record an unboxing and review for Ryuko, but it never saw the light of day, and I have since deleted it because I was more interested in doing these characters together. Now, another thing I will throw in here real quick before we get started on the review is when I bought Satsuki, I also went ahead and picked up the Mako Figma as well, and I was debating maybe doing all three of them in one review, but I decided against it because it would probably just be way too freaking long, and at the end of the day, I mean, these characters definitely have far more of a connection than, you know, Mako does with either of them. Well, I mean, you know, Mako and Ryuko, obviously, but I mean, these characters, if you've seen the show, you know the connection that these two characters have, so it makes more sense to me to do them in their own video, and we'll just give Mako her own video. She deserves it anyway, she's Mako, and it will probably be a pretty short review, but that's what we're gonna do. I think it's gonna be pretty cool, but I am so stoked to get into this. I will tell you right now, I do quite love the Figma Ryuko, and I am so excited to get Satsuki out. She is completely new in packaging. I did just get her earlier today, along with Mako. They came together, and I am so freaking excited. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the unboxing review of the Figma Ryuko Matoi and Satsuki Kiryuin. Alright, taking a look at the boxes, starting off with Ryuko. I actually really like the boxes for these. I mean, they're very simple, but I like it. I dig the little life fiber design they have going on down there. Kill la Kill, my favorite TV show of all time. 220 Figma action figure series. This is the sticker to show that it is an authentic Figma right there. That sticker right there. Matoi Ryuko Kill la Kill on the top. You have Max Factory on the top. You have a nice picture of Ryuko Figma on the side. You have an awesome picture of Ryuko 220 on the other side. You have another awesome picture of Ryuko in all of her beauty. Figma action figure series 220 Matoi Ryuko on the bottom, Matoi Ryuko, and a whole bunch of pictures of Ryuko being awesome as she tends to do. And as for Satsuki's box, one thing to keep in mind is that Satsuki's box is ever so slightly shorter than Ryuko's, and she also is her box is also a lot wider than Ryuko's, so on the shelf that's gonna look a little bit weird, but I still think it looks pretty cool, and it kind of matches the aesthetic of Satsuki being the high and mighty one, and Ryuko kind of being the poor one, at least at first, obviously. But, really cool packaging, though. Once again, I do really dig the little life fiber design going on here. Kill la Kill, 249, Figma, Kiryuin, Satsuki, awesome, in-depth look at the figure right there. Max Factory warning on this side. Awesome picture of Satsuki. 249 on the back. Bunch of pictures of Satsuki being awesome. Shows her pose with Ryuko right there. Shows that she does include the little piece that'll let you connect them and create the rending scissors. So cool. On the other side, a nice picture of Satsuki. 249 Figma. On the bottom, Figma, Satsuki. On the top, Figma, Satsuki, Kill la Kill. And with that being said, let's get them opened up. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a live unboxing of Satsuki here because, I don't know, I think it'll be fun, but if you want to skip it, and I totally understand if you want to skip it, I'll leave a timestamp in the description below to where you can skip it. But let's do this! Let's just do this. I think it'll be fun to do this. Like I said, timestamp available in the description down below if you would like to skip this. But here we go. So here is the tray right there, and the box we can just move out of here for now, and we'll just open the front flap up here. In the dusty basement where we met, you were surprised to me as you're talking now, and we'll just lift that piece off, and there is Satsuki with all of her accessories right there, and everything is just gonna want to fall out in a second here, so. And you also have these little plastic pieces on her that are keeping her safe while she's in her packaging, and I don't even know. Oh, this comes right off. Nice, but there is this little piece right here as well. I don't know how to get this off. They tried to kill us for stars. Does it just come off? Oh yeah, it just comes off. Oh god, that is kind of weird. There we go. There we go, and this piece came unpegged here. I was warned about that I might have to super glue that piece in. Our bond has come off stronger than before. Don't lose your way. In your mind, we have to be as one. Don't be afraid, my sweetheart. This is a way to be more strong. I cannot get the pick. Come on. There we go. From a deep secret that makes me so blue. And just like with the Nendoroids, these kind of need the stands to stand up, so they're gonna be on the stands at the beginning of the video here. I will try to touch on them in the accessories, but if I forget, I deeply apologize. They're nice stands, though, I will tell you that. They just peg into the back of the figure to hold them up, and yeah, they're pretty much necessary. Good luck trying to stand these up, especially Satsuki with her giant hair. So, yeah, here they are in the packaging, and I think they are really cool. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, I think Satsuki might have a bit of an edge over Ryuko, because Ryuko came out a lot much faster than Satsuki. They made Ryuko first, and then they did Satsuki later, and I think it's definitely I think it definitely shows here, because I think the Satsuki figure is overall a little bit better. There's just something about the Ryuko that I always thought was a little bit off. I mean, it still looks really, really great, but there's something about it that's off. Maybe it's just the fact that she has the smiling face sculpt on, and it just does not look right to me, man. I never imagined Ryuko with a smiling face, but still, I mean, they look fantastic. Getting in here close on each one individually. And as usual, we're going to start with Best Girl, because of course we are. And here is Ryuko. Let me get close on you. And as you can see, Ryuko looks really, really good. I mean, they absolutely nailed the face. I mean, obviously, it just does not look right to me to see Ryuko smiling. Not with the powered up look. Maybe with the powered down look, but not with the powered up look. This is just throwing me for a loop, man. I mean, granted, I've watched Kill la Kill like 7 times in total, so yeah, but still, I mean, it still looks really great. I mean, it's a dead-on representation of the character. I love what they did with Senketsu's eyes here. I think they look really, really cool. On the back, you have the jets right there, her cut hair right there with the red and the black half right there. So cool. They do have all the little sections of Senketsu right here. These pieces are a little bit of a flexible plastic, so it doesn't impede her articulation. Very, very nicely done. One thing I will tell you is it looks like that her torso is always kind of leaning this way a little bit, which I always thought looked a little bit weird. I apologize for my shadow, but I can't really fix anything about it. My camera's not used to reviewing these really tiny figures. And yeah, these are very tiny figures. They are 6-inch scale figures, so yeah. But yeah, it always just looks like her torso is just leaning a little bit to this side a little bit. I can't seem to fix it like 100%, but it doesn't usually look all that bad on the shelf or anything. But yeah, I think they did a killer job. The paintwork is really nice. You can see all the red sections picked out very, very nicely. Her skirt right there with all the spikes. Senketsu's teeth came out really nicely as well, I think. Yeah, overall, I think it looks really, really good. The hand down here where the Sekiteko would be, very, very cool. The little square pieces right there, super, super cool. Going down to the stockings. Continuing Senketsu's look right there, very cool. She does also, of course, have the horns in the hair from Senketsu. Very, very cool. And yeah, overall, I think they did an absolutely killer job. I think she looks really great. Like I said, it definitely shows that I think Satsuki might be a little bit better than Ryuko. I can actually get her to stand up fairly well, but it's just that I think that with time, the Figma kind of improved their skills a little bit more. So, and it kind of shows with these two, but I still think she looks really, really good. Now for Lady Satsuki, I think they did an absolutely killer job with Satsuki here. She doesn't really have those imperfections that Ryuko had. Like I said, with time, it looks like they kind of improved on those little things. It doesn't, I guess her torso does still kind of look like it's leaning ever so slightly to this side, but still, I mean, the face, that's a dead-on Satsuki Kiryuin. But yeah, dead on Satsuki Kiryuin. I really like what they've done with the eyes. Her hair is absolutely massive. Look at her freaking hair, man. It just covers everything, man. Very, very, very nicely done, though. I really, really like the way it looks. Junketsu's eyes look really, really great here. They are on ball joints, so they move around to help compensate for articulation. But yeah, I love the way Junketsu looks overall. I think he looks really, really good. The little blue sections of Junketsu right there. On her back, she does have the weird thing where the strap is completely invisible, so her ass is completely shown. I never understood that, because she clearly has the strap going all the way down, but they always just showed it so her ass looked like it was out. She is wearing a little strip. I'm just saying she is, but they always illustrated her so that it looked like she wasn't. But still, I mean, how else? Like, when she transforms, it clearly shows it. So, I don't know, man. I never really understood that, but I think this just came out absolutely awesome. I really, really love the way she looks. Very, very, very nicely done here. One thing about these Figma figures that I have found is that getting them to look neutral is like impossible. You always have to have these figures in like some kind of action pose for them to look proper. It's how they have to be, man. They're made to be posed, and they need to be in like crazy action poses to look proper. That's all I'm saying. Getting these to look neutral is very difficult, man. Alright, now for accessories, once again, of course, starting off with the best girl. First off, you do get some alternate faces. The first one you get here is you get like a hurt face. Oh shit, these are very, very, very tiny faces. But yeah, you get a little hurt face here, and the faces switch out very, very easily, pretty much just like the real action heroes and the Nendoroid. You just kind of pop this piece of the hair off, Roman Sionis her, and pop the new one on. It's very, very easy to do, not difficult in the slightest. They definitely engineered it to be really easy. And there you go. Now you can have her with kind of a hurt face, like, ow, fucking Iragamagori, why would you fucking do that? That fucking hurt. Ow, fuck you. So yeah, you get that, and you also get a screaming Kiryuin Satsuki face, which I think looks absolutely awesome. This is the face I display this figure with like 90% of the time. I just think it's the perfect face for Ryuko. And once again, just pop off the little section here, Roman Sionis her real quick. That one actually goes on a little bit better than the smiling face. And boom, there you go. Now you can have her with the proper Ryuko face, because let's be real here. Yeah, that is Ryuko. The figure just looks complete with that face, man, I'm telling you. If it was powered down, yeah, the smiling face would be perfect, but since it's powered up, I'm just gonna say it. I was thinking about not saying it, but I kinda wish instead of the smiling face, we had gotten a stern, more serious face, just because it doesn't match. Like, when Ryuko is powered up, she doesn't fuck around. She's in it to win it. When she's powered up, she's in it to win it, and does not fuck around anymore. So, if they were gonna give her a smiling face, I wish it was more of a, like, extravagant smile face than just a content smiling face, because I cannot recall a single moment in the show where she was powered up and was just had this kind of content face on her. It's just out of character for me. So I'm leaving the screaming face on personally. And of course, the next logical step for Ryuko is the Scissor Blade, of course, the almighty, the epic, the mighty Scissor Blade made by Isshin Matoi himself. I love the way this looks so very nice. It's very, very nicely done, and it is very easy to give her because it does just unpeg here. You can put this in the hand and then just peg this right back into the slot if you can. Maybe it's the wrong way. Yes, it is. There you go. And there you have that. And for a quick comparison with the Scissor Blade, here it is with the real action heroes Scissor Blade, so you can see that. So if you were thinking, oh, I could use this as like a little shrunken down Scissor Blade for your cosplay or whatnot, this would actually be a lot, this would actually make a lot more sense, I think. But still, very cool. There's your little comparison for the Scissor Blade right there. And while the Scissor Blade doesn't extend or anything, you do get another Scissor Blade in decapitation mode, which is absolutely awesome. I love it. And once again, it does just unpeg right here, so you can put it in her hand, and you can just easily fit that piece right back on there, so she can send so shits some motherfuckers, and I think that is very, very cool. So you get one of each right there, and to hold it, you get a whole sprue of hands here to choose from, and these two are the ones meant to hold the Scissor Blades right there. These are kind of gripping hands. You got a more tight one, and then you have a bit more of a loose one. Some splayed out hands and some like gouging out hands right there, which is interesting. I find that interesting. But yeah, really cool that they give you this little sprue to hold all the hands on, because it helps keep track of them a lot easier. And to switch the hands, all you have to do is take your hand of choice. We'll give her a Scissor Blade holding hand, and we'll go ahead and give her the Scissor Blade. Pop it out. This piece does like to come off, but it's really easy to just unpeg it and put it into the hand, and just peg it into the wrists, and boom, they have that. Now we can bring in her Scissor Blade here. We can unpeg the piece there, and just slide this into the hand. Take the blade, and boom, there you have Ryuko with her Scissor Blade right there. And you can do the same exact thing with the decapitation mode Scissor Blade if you would like to. I will show off plenty of poses with both Scissor Blades in the showcase. And last but not least, you get a little sandwich bag for Ryuko's accessories. If you want to take advantage of it, you do get that right there. You do get one for Satsuki as well, but yes, you do get that. Now for Satsuki's accessories. First off, you get a screaming alternate face, of course. Wow, could you not include a screaming face for Satsuki? And I actually haven't done this yet, so this will be my first time doing this, but I'm sure it works exactly like Ryuko. It is a little bit tighter on Satsuki. That's probably just because she's brand new and, I just took her out of the box, so that might be why. But, there you go. You can have her screaming at the pigs in human clothing right there if you would like, which is very, very, very cool. And then I have to admit, my favorite Satsuki face sculpt is this very, very awesome smug expression right there, which I just think looks so, so cool, and I'm tempted to display her with this, although I probably will end up displaying her with the stern face. So we just take this off, take off that face, put on this one, put on the, didn't get it all the way on. Like I said, a little bit tighter on Satsuki, but there you go. Now you can have her all smug about something. Very, very cool. I really like that. Things are going her way for once. But yeah, there you have that. I really dig both of the alternate face sculpts for Satsuki. I think they did a lot better on her face sculpts than Ryuko's. I just think the choice of giving Ryuko that content smiling face is just a little bit off, personally. And I mean, Satsuki made that face like a million times in the show wearing powered up Junkets, so this definitely makes more sense to me. And of course, the next Satsuki accessory we have to talk about is the mighty secret sword Bakuzan. Absolutely beautiful. I love the way Bakuzan came out here. And you do also get another Bakuzan in the sheath right here, which is absolutely awesome. And this one does actually have an unpeggable hilt right here, so it can look like she has drawn it from the sheath, which I actually really wish the Nendoroid had that, because it looks really weird when you have the sword in one hand and the sheath in the other, because it looks like she has two. But with this one, they thought about it, and they let you remove the actual hilt, so you can make it look like the sheath is empty and she's holding Bakuzan, which is very, very cool. And to hold Bakuzan, she does come with another sprue of hands, although hers don't really like to stay. Okay, of course, fuck you. Hers don't like to really stay on there. I mean, obviously that one just kind of popped up. I mean, they were all just kind of rolling around in the box, so Anyway, but for hands, you get some, Jesus Christ. So you get a pair of splayed out hands, you get a pair of Bakuzan holding hands, you get a pair of cupping hands, which I will show what those are for in a second, although I'm sure you all already know, and I believe that is it, yes. And she comes with fisted hands out of the packaging, just like Ryuko. And of course, the cupping hands are for, and that allows you to put her in her iconic pigs in human clothing pose right there, which I think is really, really cool. Although I don't recall many moments when she was in this pose while powered up, but still, an awesome display. I do really like that they included it. And just to show you that she can hold Bakuzan, you give her one of those gripping hands, and you can slip Bakuzan right into the palm there, although it's a bit of a process. Okay, so she actually has two different kinds of gripping hands. She has a looser one and a tighter one. And for her to hold Bakuzan, it does need to be the looser one, as you can see there. So the looser one is gonna be what you need to hold Bakuzan up right there. So she can hold her sword right there. Alright, so to get her to hold the sheath Bakuzan, you have to use the looser grip hands as well. But as you can see, it is really difficult to get that in, and you have to stretch the hands. Luckily, Figma thought about this and gave you an extra loose holding hand. So you get an extra loose holding hand, so you can have one that you can abuse and let it hold sheath Bakuzan, and you get one for when you need, another one of the loose gripping hands, which is very, very nice. So I would recommend just putting one of them into one of the loose gripping hands, and then just leaving that for all eternity, and just having this one for when you want to switch them out, because you get two. And there you have that. Next for Satsuki, you get Nui Harime's scissor blade half right here, which is so, so cool. I love that they included with the Satsuki. However, I have to be honest and say, I feel like it would have made more sense to include it with Ryuko, along with the decapitation mode scissor blade as well, because this is definitely more of a Ryuko accessory. If you've seen the show, Ryuko uses the rending scissors for most of it. Satsuki has a different way of dealing with the later villains of the show. So this is more of a Ryuko accessory in my eyes, but it is an awesome accessory to give your Ryuko. And you can have Ryuko with both halves of the scissor blade, which I absolutely love. I love that they get this so you can have more of a have-to display for your Ryuko. You can give it to Satsuki, but I think it makes more sense to give it to Ryuko. But another thing you can do, and once again, you do get the decapitation mode one as well, which I have to admit is very cool that they included this, because the decapitation mode for this scissor blade only shows up twice, I think, throughout the entire show. So I love that they included that as well. That was a very nice and unnecessary thing to do. Once again, though, makes a lot more sense for Ryuko. You can kind of give her both of the decapitation modes. But another thing you can do is you get this little piece with Satsuki, and what you can do is you can connect the scissor blades and make the rending scissors. So you take this little cap off and you feed this through the peg right there. You gotta get it through. It's a bit tight. I haven't actually done this before. Maybe it goes in the other way. So feed it through Nui's half. Yep, it does go through Nui's half, okay? And then put Ryuko's half on like that. And then take the cap, put the cap back on, and there you go. Now you have the rending scissors. That is so damn cool. I love that they included this so you can have the rending scissors. So if you want, you can pose them having each have the scissor blade, which would be so cool. Or you can just give Ryuko the full rending scissors, which would still be absolutely awesome. This is the coolest thing ever. I love this. I absolutely love that they included this, and it works in everything. Wow, that's awesome. And to get that little cap off so you can disengage them, I just used a pair of pliers to just grab it. I just took it from the side and just pulled it up very gently. You know, be careful with it because you obviously don't want to mess up the paint, which I actually did kind of do. Oh, that sucks. It's not that big a deal, but still, that was the best way I was able to get that. And not that I thought this ever showed up in the show. I don't think it ever showed up in the show, but you can totally also do this with the decapitation mode blades as well, if you want to. Once again, I don't think this actually ever showed up in the show, but you can do it if you want. I'm not going to put the peg on, but yeah, you can do it if you wish. I mean, it's kind of loose. It's a lot looser than the actual, than the rending scissors are, but I mean, if you want to, you can do it. So, whatever you do, don't drop this. Don't do it. So I'm actually going to just tell you right now that you don't really need the cap, and I would honestly kind of recommend against using the cap because it makes it a lot easier if you can just kind of pull them apart. You can kind of just leave the piece in with one of the halves, and then you can just connect them at will, and they don't fall off or anything like that. So I'd honestly recommend maybe just putting the cap back in the box and just, keep track of it, obviously, but you don't really need it, is all I'm saying. And with that being said, that is all of the accessories for them. Now for articulation. Alright, so for Best Girl's articulation, she has a ball joint at the head. She can look down that much. Up, not really much, because I think the hair gets in the way, but not nearly as much as it does on Satsuki. And she can tilt from side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They're on a weird kind of Rebel Tech S joint right there. They can go all the way around. They have a swivel right there at the top, swivel at the elbow right there, as you can see there. Double jointed bend at the elbow. Can get a really good range of movement right there. Hands are also on kind of a Rebel Tech joint. They can go up. They can go down. You can swivel it. If you turn it, you can also get some side to side. Very, very nicely done. Obviously, you can swivel it as well. Legs, it can go forward that far, back only that far. So you can get a swivel right there at the top of the leg. Knees can do almost about 90. You can go almost about all the way back, a little bit over 90 right there. And then the feet can go up and can go down. And you don't really have any ankle pivot here on Ryuko, which I think is a little bit crappy. Also, there is a ball joint at the torso, so you can get some movement right there. I apologize, the way I have to do this is very difficult, but there you go. And the piece of, and Senketsu's eyes do kind of move out of the way to help you compensate for articulation, as you can see there. And then for Satsuki, it's pretty much the same, but the head sculpt is a lot more limited because of her giant hair, and she also has ball joints at the hair, so her hair can kind of position it in different ways. If you want, you can have it kind of going off to the side or something like that. Whatever you want to do. Other than that, it's pretty much the same, so I'm not going to bother showing it all off again. But yeah, it's pretty much all the same, you know. Arms over here. These are on, Junketsu's eyes are on ball joints, so you can move them around, and it helps get the arms in any pose you would like it to. So yeah, pretty much the same articulation otherwise. Now, for comparison, here they are with the Nendoroid Ryuko and Satsuki, which I will say right now are still my favorite. I really love the Nendoroids of the four. I mean, I love all four of these figures, absolutely, I absolutely love all four of these figures because, I mean, I can't I can't say no to Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is my weakness, man. I love this show so much. So I love all four of these figures, but my personal favorite are the Nendoroids, the Ryuko Nendoroid and the Satsuki Nendoroid. They're just a lot less fidgety than the Figmas overall. They're a lot more fun to play with, and I love them. I think they're so cute. I really love them. If you're interested in a review for the Nendoroids, it is available on the channel. There is a double review of them on the channel, just like this Figma review. So yeah, if you want that, I will go ahead and leave a link to it in the description down below. So there you have that. And if you really want to know how they scale with the real action heroes, there you go. That's how they scale with the real action heroes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there you go. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, here they are with Mako still in the box. So yeah, there you go. Review coming soon. If you're interested, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because review will be coming soon for little Mako. But there you go. And for a couple generic comparisons, here they are with the NECA Ultimate Leatherface, so you can get a sense of how they scale with 7-inch figures. Here they are with the Mafex Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, so you can get a sense of how they scale with 6-inch scale figures. Now for our showcase. Now I'm just going to show some poses for the showcase, a couple poses, because I want to do something a little bit more special for these two. I'm going to try and make a... Actually, you know what? Before I commit myself to anything, ignore what I just said. Let's get to the showcase. Let's just say I'm going to try to do something a little bit more special for these two, and I would recommend staying tuned on the channel if you're interested in finding out what that is. Just don't want to commit myself to anything is all, because bad things happen when I commit myself to something. And there you have it. So, final thoughts on the Figma Kill la Kill, Ryuko Matoi, and Satsuki. I mean, can you guess? I think these are really, really, really awesome figures. I really, really love them. I think they're must-have for huge Kill la Kill fans such as myself. But I will say this, of all of the Kill la Kill figures I have owned, honestly, these are my least favorite because I have to be honest, the process of posing these figures around is really not too fun. They're very difficult to actually get posed properly. And the showcase in here was honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm like bitchy and moaning or anything, but it was honestly painful, man. Getting all those poses set up. These figures are very like not fun to pose, but once you get them in the pose that you want them in, the payoff is usually really, really good. Like seriously. I mean, the payoff is always really, really nice, and they look fantastic on the shelf, man. They're really awesome representations of the characters. So while they might not be the most fun Kill la Kill figures out there, and if you want the most fun Kill la Kill figures out there, I would definitely recommend you go with the Nendoroids. And once again, if you would like a review of the Nendoroids, the link will be in the description down below to the double review of the Nendoroids. But overall, if you're looking for a figure to have fun with, those Nendoroids are a lot more fun than these Figmas. These Figmas, they look amazing, and they're probably the best representation out there of the characters, but these are not particularly fun to pose around. I'm not gonna lie to you. While I do love these figures because they just look absolutely phenomenal on the shelf, and I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's possible for me to not love a Kill la Kill anything because this show is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's my favorite TV show of all time. I love it so much. Yeah, I can't resist this show. Kill la Kill is my weakness, man. I don't think I could be in a mood that Kill la Kill wouldn't make me happy to talk about or watch or play the game or anything. I absolutely love Kill la Kill. So, and if you haven't watched Kill la Kill, like I say at the end of every single Kill la Kill video, go fucking watch it. This show is a masterpiece. It is one of the best TV shows I have ever watched. I absolutely love this show. These are two of the best written characters in history, man. They are absolutely phenomenal. Their stories are so cool, and everything about this show is masterful. It's an incredible show. I highly recommend you watch it. But my final verdict on these figures, I'm giving them both about an 8.5 out of 10. I think they're awesome on the shelf. I really like them, but the process of actually posing them is not the most fun thing in the world, but overall, they're awesome. And I do really like the accessories they included. I do wish Ryuko came with a stern, serious face over that content face, because I will never use that content face. It's so out of character for her, in my opinion. But the other two faces she comes with are really great, and Satsuki comes with perfect faces. All the accessories besides Ryuko's content face, I think, are really cool. I love that they give you the decapitation mode scissor blade for Nui's half as well, which is really cool. I love that they give you Nui's half at all. It really boosts up your playability with the Ryuko figure. And yeah, overall, these figures definitely have my recommendation if you're a Kill la Kill fan. But like I said before, if you want something a bit more fun, I would definitely say go the Nendoroid route, because they're a lot more fun. These are definitely more posable, and they're better representations of the characters, definitely, but definitely, the Nendoroids are definitely a lot more fun. So there you have it. That is going to be my final thoughts on these figures. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that like button, as it helps get my my channel out there. And if you'd like to see more Kill la Kill content in the future, consider hitting that subscribe button, because more is to come. Although I do review many different things. I review all kinds of different figures. And if you're interested in figure reviews, period, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out. Fear is freedom. Subjugation is liberation. Contradiction is truth. Those are the facts of this world, and you will all surrender to them. You pigs in human clothing!